Alright, welcome back to again. Last time, we took a look at the Brunette Johnson murder, we saw some things. And we have, still questions for Miss Maureen here about that murder, so let's get on with it. What do you gotta tell me? You tell me what you know about the Brunette Johnson murder. Lane is pretty frustrated about it since we haven't found a witness. They said we don't even have a clear picture of how the criminal got in yet. It's not easy with such scant evidence, but we're running a careful analysis of those bloodstains. I did find something interesting at the crime scene though. The phone was in use before Johnson was killed. The phone? Who'd he call? Did you find out who Johnson was talking to on the phone? Apparently he was talking to someone on a payphone. Somewhere in Grand Park, I believe. So that phone number I saw on the vision was to a payphone. Why would Johnson be calling a payphone in Grand Park? You talking to Roger? Could be. Do you know anything about Baslock, Marion? You know anything about the Baslock Incident? Baslock. I've definitely heard of it. It's an unsolved robbery case. The robbers apparently vanished with a ton of money. I read an old newspaper article about it back in school. But that's the extent of my knowledge, I'm afraid. Okay. Alright, thanks, Marine. We're counting on you for that picture, Marine. Don't worry, I'll call you when it's done. Alright, cool. Hey, Martinez! What do you know about Baslock? What do you want, Weaver? Any developments? Nothing major with the Brunette Johnson murder. We're still waiting on forensic results from the crime scene. Okay. Then let me ask you a few questions about this murder. What kind of questions? Questions about the details. Can you give me some details on your investigation of the Brunette Johnson murder? Well, his assistant was out on an errand when it happened. We checked out the entire staff, but everyone has an alibi. And no one was seen going in or out of the Brunette Johnson's office before or after the crime. The killer most likely slipped through an air duct in the bathroom. But we don't have a shred of evidence to ID the killer with. It annoys the hell out of me just to say that, but that's the truth. Did anybody get a letter? Was there a letter of criminal intent? One was sent to the Clockford Times at about the same time as the murder. It said, "No one can stop me, only the eye of God can uncover the truth." Exactly the same thing written for all three murders. Anything about Baslock? You know anything about the Baslock Incident? Baslock? Of course I do. That was a robbery 35 years ago. It was the largest amount of money ever stolen in Clockford's history. Our senior officers don't want to mess with that case. It's even considered a taboo subject around the office. How come? It's still unsolved, and I guess they had a hell of a time with the investigation. To tell you the truth, I don't know the details myself. Okay, I appreciate you taking the time. Now it's my turn to ask a question. I want to know your take on who the killer is. You think it's a copycat? Or is Providence on another rampage? I... I don't know. Because Johnson was like, oh, I'm not Providence. Leading me to think, hey, he knew the person. And maybe they wanted to kill Providence. So, I mean, I guess it could have been... It could have been Providence trying to, you know, kill people, but... I don't know. I don't think it's a copycat, though. I'm gonna say it is Providence. It's gotta be Providence. What makes you say that? Providence is the only relevant choice to do something like this again. I guarantee you he gets a thrill from these killings and provoking us in the process. It's like he's daring us to track him down. I hear you. Can't afford to overlook anything, though. That goes for your look into the past and mine into the present. We just gotta slog through and share whatever we find. Yeah. Alright. Vote of confidence. Vote of cooperation. That's great. Gotta get going now. Find something out for me, you two. We'll do what we can. We still don't have enough on the Baslock Incident. I know. And you know, we could really use some... I know, Hugo. I'll give him a call. That's an idea, yeah. Hugo, I need info. Nice flip phone. Hugo, it's me again. Jay, I had a feeling you'd be calling soon. I guess you're looking into the Johnson & Co. president's death now, huh? That's right. So what do you want this time? Right to the point, as always, huh? Bernard Johnson told us something interesting before he was killed. Let's hear it. He asked us to look into the Baslock Incident. Baslock? It's an armored car robbery. It happened back in September 1976. I know it happened 24 years ago, but we could really use some information on it. This robbery must have been something to do with Providence, then. Here, we gotta keep this between us, okay? Come on, Jay. You know you can trust me. As soon as I find something on Baslock, I'll give you a call. Alright, cool. How'd it go? You said to look into it. Better get back on the case now, Kate. Right. Well, let's go follow up on that Grand Park call. Probably was Roger. Whether Roger called him or Johnson called Roger and how he would know how they would get in contact, I don't know. But we'll see. Where's Roger? Must be around here somewhere. It's his home, after all. There he is. I'm freezing. Hey, Roger. Huh? It's me, buddy. How about a little chat, huh? Oh, you again. Detective Johnson was killed. I'm getting scared, you know, because I could be next, so hurry up and catch the killer already. Well, you can count on it. But first, I want to talk with you for a minute. Okay. Do you get a call? Park payphone. Roger, were you talking to Bernard Johnson before he was killed? No. I haven't seen him for a long time. I didn't ask if you met with him. You talked to him on the phone, didn't you? What are you getting at here? I don't even own a phone. But there's a payphone in this park, isn't there? Yeah. Nothing gets past the FBI, I guess. Fine. I talked to Detective Johnson on the phone the other day he was killed, okay? I got real worried after you got me to talk. So I called his office. When he found out it was me, he wanted to hang up. But when I told him I'd talk to the FBI, he said he'd call me back in a quiet voice. So I waited for the payphone to ring. What was your conversation about, other than that? What did you and Johnson talk about? I asked about you guys and your investigation. That got me a little curious, you know. So I asked him if something happened. He told me somebody from the FBI named Mills was sniffing around. And he wanted to know if Mills came to me for questioning. As in Henry Mills? Then our boss was investigating Johnson? After I told him I never heard of no Mills, he hung up. What do you think this means, Jay? I don't know. How come Henry was investigating Johnson? That's pretty weird. And why didn't he tell us about it neither? Oh, that's not the right button. It was this one that was the correct button. This park's my stomping ground, so drop by any time. Thanks. We might have more to ask you. Hey, boss. Why are you talking to our suspect and not tell us about it? Henry's not in right now. We'll try back later. Dang. Boss, why are you talking to my suspect and not sharing that with us? It would seem like that would be important things for us to know. Anyway, let's go talk to our old detective friend, Mr. Robbins. See if he knows anything about Baslock, particularly. He was in charge of the case 19 years ago. Insight might help us with the investigation. Okay. It's about time you showed up. I'm sure you heard about what happened to Burnett Johnson. Of course. I was a detective on the original Providence murders. This latest one looks like a reenactment of the Duke Desmond murder. Even an old man like me can see that. And we'd like to talk to you about this incident. Up on the victim name and everything. What do you know about Duke Desmond? Tell us about the Duke Desmond murder. It was the fourth of the Providence murders 19 years ago. And Duke was a well-known businessman in the city with a booming real estate business. It said to be the murder that garnered the most attention out of all of them. Lack of concrete evidence and no witnesses made things especially tough. The media started bashing our task force since it was such a high-profile case. In the end, my crew and I were all demoted. It was humiliating. You think you would keep him on to, you know, solve the murders, but hey, whatever. Anyway, what do you want the murder victim? That's kind of vague. Duke Desmond, okay. His body was found with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. But he also had a pistol in his right hand, and there's evidence of return fire. Bullet holes from the victim's gun were found in the wall. Reduced from the evidence that the killer wasn't hit by any of the bullets. This is to say that Duke was a man of many secrets. But we never found anything that would motivate anyone to kill him. Really appreciate your insight on all this. You don't want to talk to him about Baslock? He might know something about it. He's an old man. No? Okay. Never mind. You think he would know, but whatever. Get out there and find the truth. You got it. We'll do that. Would have been great if you could have, you know, told us about some things, but it's fine. I guess let's go investigate the real estate office, if we can get in, that is. This is where the fourth victim was killed, Duke Desmond. Hey. It's locked, Jay. There's something on the door, Kate. Take a look. Please contact me if you have any questions. Edgar McDowell, offices of M&C Associates. Edgar McDowell? Wasn't he Duke Desmond's assistant? Maybe. But it looks like Edgar's company is in charge of this building. There's also a phone number. It's blah 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 blah. Phone number, phone number. The place is in Knockwood. Let's go check it out. Okay. I got the phone number of the associate people. You can go to the offices, cool. I'm gonna look at the crime scene. How are we supposed to get in? I mean, like with the Isabella, we call people and be like, hey, I need in. And we go talk to them like, hey, I need in, and they let us in. Hopefully it'll be that simple again. This is Edgar McDowell of M&C Associates. Jonathan Weaver, FBI. The FBI? That's right. Need to ask a favor about the Desmond real estate building. Think I can get an appointment? Absolutely. I've got time in the afternoon if that's okay. That'll be fine. See you then. Answers his own phone? Cool. Got an appointment. Let's head over to M&C Associates. Alright, cool. That was easy. The office of M&C Associates. Let's go. Looks like an office building. Good thing we got an appointment. Right. Oh, look at this guy. He looks like he's in the mafia. Can I help you? Jonathan Weaver with the FBI. Believe we just spoke on the phone? My partner, Kate Hathaway. Ah, yes, the Desmond real estate building. A man named Duke Desmond was murdered 19 years ago. Were you working as his assistant then? I was. Is there a problem? No? Just asking to make sure. Edgar McDowell, 46, former assistant to the fourth victim, Duke Desmond. He's real tall. Mr. McDowell, did you hear about the homicide that took place last night? It was identical to the Duke Desmond murder 19 years ago. Yes, I heard. Bernard Johnson was killed. That's right. In order to solve that murder, we need to take another look at what happened 19 years ago. We saw the sign at the Desmond real estate building, and that led us here. I see. Basically, I'd like to talk to you about what transpired back then. Very well. I hope you don't mind if we ask you a few questions. Alright, what do you got to say? Situation 19 years ago. Tell me what happened back then. Well, Desmond Real Estate was the largest company in Clockford when the crime occurred. Property values skyrocketed and sales were at an all-time high. But when that horrible tragedy happened to Mr. Desmond, sales just plummeted. He started that company on his own, you know. And after he passed away, the number of properties we handled plunged to almost nothing. All that was left was our building. It's abandoned now, and we're still searching for a buyer. Right. I doubt people would want to buy a haunted office building. Anyway, about Duke's personality, what was he like? Tell me. What kind of man was Duke Desmond? He made a fine president. I still respect him to this day. I was a bit of a rebel in my younger days. But Mr. Desmond took me in and taught me the tricks of the trade. He was awfully strict when it came to the business, but at the same time, he was a very warm, caring individual. Yet he hated discussing anything related to himself. So I know next to nothing about his private life. Except for the fact he had a common-law wife. He had a wife, huh? Interesting. Can we go investigate? Do you mind? Like, do you have the key or whatever? You have a key to the Desmond real estate building. Actually, his common-law widow has it. I keep the place up, but she insists on holding onto the key. So I can't offer you one. Right. Want to tell me about the wife? Who is this common-law wife? Her name is Natalie Emmett. She's blind, so I take care of the building myself. I'll be happy to tell you where she lives if you'd like to speak with her. You can go to Natalie Emmett's home. Alright, cool. She's become rather sensitive since the incident. Please be careful what you ask her about. Right, okay. Thanks for the warning, I guess. You're real helpful, man. Thanks. If you need to know anything else about Mr. Desmond, come anytime. We'll take you up on that. Alright, cool. It's Natalie Emmett, huh? Let's go pay her a visit. And try not to step over her toes, I guess. This is Natalie Emmett's place. Let's see if she'll loan us the key to Desmond Real Estate. Remember, she's sensitive. We have to be careful. Yeah. Yes? Hello, I'm Jonathan Weaver with the FBI. I'm his partner, Kate Hathaway. FBI? We're reinvestigating the Providence murders from 19 years ago, ma'am. And that includes the incident involving your husband, Mr. Duke Desmond. Which is why we came today. We need to get into the Desmond Real Estate building to re-examine the crime scene. I was told you have the key to that building. Would you be willing to let us borrow it? Natalie Emmett, age 48, common-law wife of Duke Desmond, blind. Okay, cool. I don't feel like this interpretation is very, you know... I can't come up with a word right now, but it's kind of like, you know, like stumbling around because she can't see, but real blind people aren't like that so much. I don't know. Anyway. Reinvestigating. Isn't a little late for that. We intend to solve the case. Solve it? Don't be ridiculous. We're serious, ma'am. We will finally bring Providence to justice. Do you really expect me to believe anything the FBI says? You people couldn't stop that madman 19 years ago. My beloved Duke was taken from me. You know what my Duke always used to tell me? He said, never trust the police, honey. And boy is he right. I'll never trust you people after what happened. In fact, I don't even believe you two are from the FBI. Miss Emmett, I understand how you feel, but... Understand? How could you ever understand? I lost the love of my life to that maniac. I've had eye problems ever since I was young, you know. I gradually saw less and less. After my Duke was killed, I went completely blind. All I can see in front of me is Duke's wonderful smile. Just thinking about what happened still makes me cry to this day. How could you ever understand? Miss Emmett, Get out! Are you oh, okay. We'll leave, I guess. Goodbye. I have nothing more to say. Alright, thank you for your time. But we're gonna catch that killer, and to do that, we have to talk to you about it. So we'll be back. Now what, Jay? We can't get in and investigate without that key. I don't know. We'll have to convince her. Yeah, somehow. You have any advice for us? We don't have anything to ask Mr. McDowell at the moment. Are you sure? Alright, we'll try somewhere else. Marine, do you have anything for us? I don't see Marine anywhere. Let's come back later. Nothing. We could go see the professor, I guess. See if he's in. Maybe he can shed some light on things. I don't know. Time to ask Professor Gordon for some advice. Yeah, we need a good researcher's perspective on this case. His angle on things should help clear some things up. I hope so. Whoa! What? Something wrong? That car over there, I've seen it before. Which car? The green one? Yeah, isn't that Henry's car? What would the boss be doing at Ed's office? That's weird. Huh. That's real weird, actually. Is he... Why wouldn't he talk to us about that? Like, he's clearly investigating himself a little bit. He's talking to Johnson, he's... Well... He was snooping around Johnson, whatever that means exactly. Whether, like, talking to him or, like, I don't know. Trying to talk to people related, I don't know. And not telling us about it, and now he's over here at Gordon's. And he also didn't tell us about the, like, what's going on with that. That's weird. Hey there. Professor Gordon, did you have plans to meet with Agent Mills today? We just saw his car parked out front. We didn't make any plans to meet. That's weird. Your boss would have contacted me in advance if he was coming here. But I did talk to him on the phone this morning. Really? About what? Nothing important. But it appears we have another murder to deal with, don't we? Yeah. That's why we came today. We're hoping to get your take on the latest murder. Alright, let me hear what you've got. Well, in our investigation of the past murders, we came across some new evidence. It's an old photo of 4 people. Who was in it? That's just it. The photo was pretty faded and it's hard to make out who's there. Interesting. Where'd you find this new evidence? Isabella crime scene? I found it at Isabella Campbell's crime scene. It was at Isabella's mansion. That's right. I found out something pretty dramatic about Isabella. She was in a relationship with the detective who headed up her case, Burnett Johnson. We also discovered she was spotted at the Charles Smith murder. So that's how it went. Sounds like this reinvestigation is really paying off, huh? Where's the picture now? It's under analysis right now at the CBT Crime Lab. Sounds like you found a valuable piece of the puzzle. We're gonna find out exactly what that picture means. That sounds like the best plan of attack. I'd like to ask your opinion on the number of things now, if you don't mind. Alright. I guess next time we'll come back and talk to Professor Gordon and see what he knows about anything. Maybe he can give us some tips on how to talk to disgruntled widows, because we could use it right now. Considering we need to get into that crime scene. But, it's not looking likely right now. Alright, so until next time.